guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Lauren and I'm a teen mom, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing my labor and delivery story for when he was born. Can you say hi to the camera? Can you say hi? Oh, your hair is just a mess. Yeah, you're just a mess today, huh? Okay, so this is September 17th, and I was having like contractions, but they weren't like consistent enough to like go to the hospital or anything. So my mom was like, whatever, just go to bed, you'll be alright. So then the next morning, I had went to bed and everything was fine. The next morning, it was about 6 o'clock, she came in my room and she was like, I'm about to get ready for work. Do you want me to like stay home? Do you think like he's gonna be born today? Or like, are you okay? And I was like, oh, I'm fine, okay, whatever. So she leaves for work. Not long after she leaves for work, I start getting these contractions again. And they're not consistent at first, so I don't say anything. They were like the night before. So then, a little bit later, they started, like 10 minutes later, they started to get more painful, and they started to get very consistent, like 7 minutes apart on the dot, like literally every 7 minutes. And I had this app on my phone, and it was like tracking them for me. So every time I would get one, I would track it, and just they would keep coming and coming and coming. So I was like, okay, let me call my mom. So I called my mom and I was like, oh, I'm having these contractions. She was like, okay, just wait a little bit longer, because labor usually takes like a really, really long time. So, Carter, why are you looking at the camera? Anyway, so then, you know, me and my boyfriend, we went to these birthing classes, like, in August. So I was like, alright, well, they said to get in the bath. So I tried to get into a really warm bath and, like, try to see if that would help with the pain, and no, it didn't help. So I got out of the bath, I got dressed, and I called my mom again. I'm like, Mom, it's time to go to the hospital. And she's at work. She works in Delaware, and I live in Maryland, Salisbury, Maryland, and she works all the way in Delmar, Delaware. So she was like a half an hour to 45 minutes away. My sister was home, though, before school, because she goes to college, so she doesn't leave for school until like 8. So she was home. This is about 7 o'clock now, and I go in, she was like, go wake up your sister and tell her to take you. So I go in her room, and I'm like, hey, can you take me to the hospital? And she was like, when? And I was like, right now. She was like, why? I was like, it's time for Carter to come. And she was like, okay. She jumped out of bed, she got dressed, and she was like rushing out the house and everything. We put the dogs in their cages, and we grabbed everything, and we just left. So after that, we were on the way to the hospital, and my mom was leaving work at the same time we were leaving the house. So she met us at the hospital, like we met there. So my mom was already parked by the time me and my sister pulled in. So after that, me and my mom, while my sister was parking the car, we went up to the labor and delivery part of the hospital, and they were like, okay, they hooked me up to the monitor, and they were like, okay, well, I need you to turn on the side because my blood pressure was low. And they were like, okay, you're in labor, like, it's time. And they tried to get me to pee, but I could not pee, like, I don't know why, I just couldn't pee. So then I was like, alright, well, they were like, okay, once we get you into your room, whenever you're ready, like, we'll just get you to pee then. So then I was like, okay, and she was talking to me about, like, pain medication, and I was like, no, honey, I want the epidural. Like, this pain is crazy. Like, I'm not gonna deal with this. This is crazy. So I was like, alright, can you give me the epidural, whatever? And she was like, okay, we have to wait for whatever, all your tests to come back or whatever. So once they got me into my actual, like, room, my delivery room, they did a blood test, and I finally had peed then. So I had peed or whatever. They did the pee test and the blood test, and they all came back, whatever, positive, I guess, for whatever. I don't know. I don't know how all that works. But I was able to get the epidural, so they had called it in, and they were like, okay, well, the anesthesiologist is going to come soon. And not long after that, she came in, and she gave me the epidural, and it was that whole time when I was waiting for my epidural, like, I was so mean to everyone because I was in so much pain. Like, it was hurting so bad. So I was so mean, and my boyfriend was like, why are you being so mean to me? Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, he was just there trying to help me, trying to support me or whatever. And I was just like yelling at him. I was like, get out of my face. Like, I did not want any parts of anybody. Like, I did not want to be, no. I didn't want any part of anybody. So time goes on, I get the epidural, whatever. They make me lay back. You have to lay on your back so that it can work, because it works by gravity. So you lay on your back and it works, and then like you sit up or whatever. I got to sit up, and everybody told me that after I got the epidural, I was so happy, and like, I don't know, I just completely changed. I was a different person. But everybody was coming to visit me before he was born. I was in labor for almost 12 hours. I think it was like 11. I went into labor around 6:30 in the morning, and he was born at 5:32, I think. 5:30-ish. Anyway, so yeah, I was in labor for like 11 hours. It was very stressful, very painful. I could not eat anything. That was the downside, like, of being in labor. It was very, like, stressful only because I couldn't eat anything, and they were like, okay, whatever. So when I actually went into the hospital, I was 5 centimeters, I think 4 or 5. And then when I got into my room, they waited a little bit longer, and it was about 1 o'clock. They checked me for dilation, and I was 7 centimeters dilated. And not long after that, my boyfriend's mom came, and they had checked me a 3rd time. So like 5 something, I don't know, because that's when they were like, oh, it's time to push. And I was like, okay, cool. So they made me push and everything. It did not take long. I was not pushing for that long. And he was born, and then like, I was holding him in my arms, and it was not real to me. Like, I just started crying, and I don't know why. I was just so happy, and I love him. Like, I was just so happy that he was born, and, you know, they were, like, doing whatever down there. I wasn't even thinking about them. I was just holding him on my chest, and I was just so freaking happy. I was so happy that he was born, and I was so happy that I got to hold him. Like, I was waiting 9 months just to hold this little boy, and my boyfriend was crying as well, but nobody was able to hold him but me for the first hour that he was born. So, you know, everybody was coming in to see him, like, after they had finished cleaning me up and everything, but nobody could hold him. So I was holding him, everybody was looking at him. He had a head full of hair. All this hair that he has, he had when he was born. Okay? He was pretty big. He was 8 pounds and 6 ounces when he was born, and he was 21.5 inches long. He was a big boy. But anyway, back to the story. So everybody was just like looking at him. Everybody was like, oh, he's so cute, whatever. And one of my friends, she had come, well, me and my boyfriend's friend were both friends with her, but anyway, so one of our friends had come, like, when we were leaving my delivery room, after my boyfriend got to hold him, and his mom and my mom, and like everybody that wanted to hold him got to hold him. And then it was about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock now, and one of our friends had come once we got to our room, and she was holding him, and she brought us a gift and everything. It was just so, it was so unreal to me, because I was like, what? He's really here. Like, this does not feel realistic at all. It did not feel realistic at all. It just felt so surreal, and I don't know. I was just so happy. And my labor and delivery story isn't really that interesting because it was super easy, in my opinion, compared to other stories that I've heard. My labor and delivery was super easy. So I don't know why so many of y'all wanted to hear this video. It just wasn't really that interesting in my opinion. But that's my labor and delivery story. And can mommy have a kiss? No? Can mommy give you a kiss? I love you. I love you, Stinky Boo. I love you. He's very grumpy. Like, why is he so mad? What you mad for? He's teething already, guys. And he's about to be 3 months old, and he's already teething. He's a big boy, look. Sit on my shoulder. You guys see how big he is? He's huge. He is huge. Literally huge. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And comment down below if y'all think that me and Latrell, my boyfriend Latrell, and Carter should start a family channel here on YouTube. And like, say hello, friends. Can you say hello? Can you say hello to everyone? You're dripping drool everywhere. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and comment, like, and subscribe. Bye, guys.